What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Minecraft Bed Wars video. It's not necessarily me playing Minecraft Bed Wars, but in this video, as you guys can see down there, I have all of the maps, specifically solo and double maps. I will be making another video on the 3s and 4s maps. But yeah, in this video, I'm going to be ranking every single solo Bed Wars map on a tier list without the seasonal maps, just because I haven't played all of those, because contrary to popular belief, I don't play this game every day. And most of the time during the holidays, I'm actually not on. So yeah, I'm not going to include any holiday maps just because I'm looking at a list of them right now and I haven't played most of these. So yeah, we're just going to stick to these. All right, so I have all non-seasonal. I think this is all the Bed Wars maps. So I'm going to rank them all on a tier list from my personal experiences on the maps, and then I'm just going to go ahead and give a brief pro and con or two about each map, what I don't like, what I do like, you know, type thing. And yeah, hopefully you guys don't take this too seriously, because it is just personal opinion at the end of the day and it doesn't really matter. So Acropolis is first, and Acropolis is probably one of my least favorite maps. I do gotta say, I don't really like the layout. It's not like a circle, you know, like most Bed Wars maps are. It's kind of weird because it's hard to keep track of people because it's such a big map. I'm gonna put Acropolis at an F. Airshow is next up. For Airshow, I do really enjoy Airshow quite a bit. Even though it's a slow gen, it is a well-made map, I do gotta say. I'm a pretty big fan of Airshow. It does counter for the fact that it is a slow gen by not needing that many blocks. It is only at 48 first rush, so I'm going to put Airshow at a B. For the next map, we have Amazon. For Amazon, I do enjoy it, and I think I would enjoy it more if it was a larger map, but it is a fast gen, so I do got to say I would enjoy it if it was a smaller map, but it is a fast gen, so I can't really complain too much, but I will put it at a C just because I don't really like it as much as Airshow. Apollo is next, and I really like Apollo. It's pretty well spaced out. The mid looks very nice. I like the space theme it's got going on. It's got like astronauts as the base type thing. So yeah, I'm going to put Apollo at a B just because I thoroughly enjoy it. So the next map we have up is A Kill. I'm pretty sure a lot of you actually know what like the newer maps are and what they look like. So as far as my opinions on it go, I do enjoy the aesthetics of the map pretty well, and the generator speed is pretty good, so I'm gonna put it at a B. And then we have Ashfire. Ashfire is probably one of my least favorite maps just because it's a slow gen, so I'm gonna put it at an F. Next up, we have Babylon. It is a fast gen, but it also is one of, I think, the largest maps in the game. Whenever you do get that 1 out of 624 chance of breezing all the way to the other base without messing up because you're extremely bad at the game, like I am. Yeah, it is a pretty fun map to play, so I would put Babylon at the A tier just because it's such a large map that it's very easy to control. Like, if you are good with time management, you can be pretty aware with your game sense when playing Babylon. Next up, we have Biohazard. I also really do enjoy Biohazard, and I'm also going to instantly put it as an A. From the time that Biohazard came out, I instantly enjoyed the map very, very much. It's just well put together, well designed, and I really just enjoy it overall. Cascade. I'm not really too big of a fan of Cascade. I just don't like the middle. Block choice and aesthetic wise, the middle is not really it. The generator is pretty decent, I guess, but it is a 48 rush, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to put Cascade at a C. And Cliffside is next. Cliffside, I'm not really a big fan of. Also, probably one of the worst maps. I'm still just gonna have to put it in the F category. Next up, we have Krogorm. I really like Krogorm. Even though it's really far away from middle, it makes it feel like middle's like not even in the game, and like emeralds aren't a thing because nobody goes for them. So it's kind of like you have that interesting take on Krogorm. Like, nothing is going to be in the game that requires emeralds to purchase because nobody's going to be able to get them because middle is so far away. So yeah, I'm going to put Krogorm at a C. Next up, we have Crypt. I like Crypt. It's a very small, compact map and one of the shortest rushes in the game. I'm pretty sure it might be the shortest rush over all these maps, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, I like Crypt. I'm going to put it at an A. Not too many complaints about it. Dockyard. I don't really like Dockyard. The elevation difference, the distances between the islands and middle. There's two like rings around middle. Dockyard is probably just not one of my favorite maps, but I do gotta say I would play it. I like playing it to an extent. It's just like when you're not trying to build a lot, it's not the map to go for. Next up, we have Dragonstar. I really do enjoy Dragonstar. It's always been one of my favorite maps. It's kind of just like a map that's been around forever, and it's kind of hard not to like just because it's super unique and well made. So I'm going to put Dragonstar at an A. Next up, we have Gateway. I don't really like Gateway just because of the trees in between the rushes. I'm not really too big of a fan of it. I mean, I like mid, but like the distance between bases, the elevation of the bases, I'm not really a big fan of it. Gateway, I'm going to have to put at a D. Glacier, I don't really play Glacier. I do got to be honest. I just never get it. Now, I have MVP++ and I have the ability to choose whatever map I want and whatnot, but that's boring. Nobody does that. So if I'm just randomly queuing, I never get Glacier. I mean, it's not too bad of a map. I guess it's kind of just like it's kind of a mid map. So we're going to put it on the mid rank, which is C. Next up, we have Hollow. I do like Hollow, but I like Pernicious more, and it's kind of the same. So I'm going to put Hollow at a C, just because we'll get to Pernicious, but it's like the same thing. Next up, we have Inca. I think this one is. I can't tell because it's like cut off, but yeah, this one's a pretty good map. I like the temple in the middle kind of deal for the emeralds. It looks pretty good, and I like the diamond generators as well. The map overall feels nice, and the generator's just pretty good, so I'm going to put this at a B. Lighthouse is just like a classic Bedwars map. It's been around forever. Everyone knows what Lighthouse is. Honestly, when you think of Bedwars, you probably are thinking of playing on Lighthouse, like a game of Bedwars on Lighthouse, so instantly to the top. Next up, we have Lightstone. Lightstone, I don't really like just because it's another big, ginormous map. Like, it's just, I don't know. It takes so long to run around sometimes, and it just feels like forever. So I'm going to put it at a D. Next up, we have Lotus. It's like a pond theme sort of map, and I do like it. It's pretty nice. Not too far away on the islands or anything, so I'm going to put it at a B. Next up, we have Lucky Rush. Lucky Rush is probably one of my favorite maps just because it's like nice and aesthetic. Not really too many downsides of it. I would say the little ledge on the front of the island does do it for me sometimes. That saves them way too many times. So I'm gonna have to put Lucky Rush at a B. Next up, we have Mirage. I like Mirage, but it's also a big map. I think it's a 64 rush. Pretty good gen speed. I don't really like the middle. The middle is just a maze. Like, it's literally a entire quest upon itself to get all of the emeralds in the middle of Mirage in Bedwars, because it is just, the middle is so crazy and weird, and you gotta build a lot and whatnot. So I'm gonna put Mirage at a D just because I really don't personally like it. Next up, we have Orbit. I like Orbit just because it's like another space theme type map. It is a pretty far rush, but it does feel nice when you're playing on it, you know? It's like a nice aesthetically made map. I'm gonna put Orbit at a B. Next up, we have Orchestra. Orchestra is another classic Bedwars map, but it is a slow gen, and it's a really like aesthetically weird looking map, you know? So for that reason, I don't really like it, and I'm just gonna put it at a C just because it's kind of like average. Next up, we have Pavilion. I don't really like Pavilion just because another weird middle map, and because it's a large map. So I'm gonna put Pavilion at a F. Next up, we have Pernicious. Pernicious is just like Hollow. It's just a better looking Hollow, and I don't remember why they changed it, but Pernicious used to have a bomb in the middle of it, and it would like leak radiation out of it. But now the bomb's gone. I thought that was kind of cool, like aesthetic wise. But yeah, I just thought it was cool, and I still do think the map is cool. But for the people that don't know about that, and for a lot of you that didn't know about that, now you know why there's green stuff all in the middle of Pernicious. So yeah. Pernicious is gonna go up at the top for me just because it's still one of my favorite maps. Playground, I despise Playground. It's by far my least favorite map. For that reason, Playground is going instantly to the bottom. Polygon is next. That is a new map, and I am pretty stoked on it. I do like Polygon. It's a very nice map. The middle is very well connected. All together, you can run through mid or around mid, or to bases around and through mid, you know. You can go all through it and around and up and down and inside out. So it goes to the top. That's just geometric facts right there. So yeah, next we have Rooftop. Rooftop is just the worst skyrise. So I'm going to put it in the same category as Hollow, which is C, just because there's skyrise and it's just better in my opinion. I don't really like Rooftop, but yeah. Next we have Rooted. Rooted is a pretty cool map. I do like it. I like how the diamond gens extend towards the bases, but not like, obviously not at the bases, but they're easily accessible, and you can get through mid very easily through the diamond gens, and it all connects itself together very nicely. So I like it very, very much. I'm gonna put Rooted in the B category. Next up, we have Scorched Sands. It's a really big map. I'm not really a big fan of big maps because I play a lot of solos, and these are all solos maps, and they're all huge, and there's only 8 players on these huge maps, and I don't know why Hypixel continues to crank out big maps, but I guess a lot of players like it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you guys like smaller maps like Lighthouse or Orchestra or Crypt? Or do you guys like bigger maps like Scorched Sands or Orbit or Babylon? So yeah, I'm interested in hearing what you guys think. Also, if you guys do want to check out this tier list for yourself, the link will be down in the description. Top link. Don't worry, I got you guys covered. Scorched Sands is probably going to go in the D category just because it's kind of just like mediocre. Next up, we have Serenity. I like Serenity just because of the pink trees. For that simple reason, it's going to go in the A category. Siege is not really my favorite map. It's kind of just like, it's all right, but I feel like the bases and all of the islands are kind of too dynamic in their decoration, or just like the structure of the island. So I'm going to put Siege in the D category. Next up, we have Skyrise, the significantly better version of Rooftop if you want to compare the two. I'm obviously aware of the fact that they're 2 different maps, but everyone, when Skyrise came out, was saying that it was a reskin of Rooftop. So whatever the case, it's just better. It's not a lot better, but it is better because the islands aren't very far away, and it's really just because middle's like elevated slightly less. It's like they nailed the amount of up and down you need to go on Skyrise. So for that fact, I'm gonna put it at a B. Solus is the second worst map in the game. It's such an odd map in sense because you take out your first rush almost instantly because it's a 32 block rush, and then you gotta go save up in a slow gen again after just barely saving up to get your first rush. Then you gotta save up double your first rush to get to your second rush, but on top of that you gotta gain 15 blocks in elevation because that's where the diamond gen sits, is up high. So like you gotta build diagonally and up, and it's not it gets tiring after a while. You run the lobby and you're sitting there the entire game, you're just diagonal bridging upwards and diagonally. So yeah, Solus I don't really like. Next up, we have Speedway. For any of you guys that are into cars just like I am, I really do enjoy cars, so Speedway is one of my favorites. It's a slow gen, but middle is very well connected. As you can see, it has the roads and whatnot all connected through, and it's just an aesthetically pleasing map. Plus the loop in the middle is pretty sick. Speedway's obviously going in the A category. Next up, we have Steampunk. It's kind of just like, I thought it was a Halloween map back when I first started playing the game, but I guess it's not. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of it though. It's a huge map. I don't like the yellow like pipes that they got connecting everything to get to middle and whatnot. It's just not one of my favorites, so I'm gonna put it in the D category. Waterfall is just kind of a mid map. I can probably have a really good game or a really bad game on Waterfall. It seems to either go one of the 2 ways. There's no in between. So just like my experiences with it, I'm putting it in the middle. Next up, we have Zarzul. As the last map in this video, I do gotta say Zarzul is one of my favorites. It's just a well-made, original Bedwars map that you would probably picture when you think of Bedwars, you know? So for that case, I'm gonna have to put that in the A category. But yeah, this is the tier list for you guys. And that's it for this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like on it. I post once every single day on TikTok and YouTube. And yeah, I will see you guys all in the next video.